So what if the real key to, effortless English, what if it isn't just about learning more words or nailing the grammar, but about actually like rewiring your brain, processing everything in a whole new language?
Yeah, that's a powerful idea.
Well, today, that's exactly what we're diving into.
Yeah.
Reaching what some people call the fluent stage.
Right.
And this isn't just about being, good enough. It's about getting to that point where English just flows.
Yeah.
Like it's part of you.
Exactly. And that's our mission for this deep dive, really. We want to pin down what true fluency actually feels like.
Okay.
And look at the sort of cognitive shifts happening underneath.
Right, the brain stuff.
Yeah, the brain stuff. And then give you practical, actionable things you can actually do to weave English in so deep that it changes how you think, how you feel, how you connect with the world. It's bigger than just language learning.
It really sounds like it. It's almost like unlocking a new version of yourself.
That's a great way to put it.
Now, it's interesting. You often hear fluency talked about in terms of speed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like if I just talk faster, I'll sound fluent.
Yeah.
But our research suggests we need to look deeper than that, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Speed is, it's a byproduct maybe, but it's not the core.
So what is the core? What's the real essence here?
True fluency. It's more about speaking with this inherent ease.
Ease, okay.
And confidence, real confidence, plus clarity and just a natural sort of intuitive rhythm.
Got it.
But the absolute heart of it, it's when you start translating in your head.
Ah, the translation step.
Exactly. You ditch that step. You start actively thinking, processing, even feeling directly in English.
How do you know when that's happening? Like, what are the signs?
Well, you'll notice things. Like you'll pick up a book in English and get so lost in it, you forget it's not your first language. Or you start dreaming in English. That's a big one.
Oh, yeah.
Or you find yourself maybe in an argument or laughing really hard or even crying. And it's happening in English, but you still feel completely authentically you.
That's the real test, isn't it? Feeling like yourself.
That's the real metric. Yeah. It shows the language is truly integrated into your identity.
That sounds amazing. But, the classic advice is always move abroad.
Right. Pack your bags for London or New York.
Exactly. You need that total immersion, supposedly. What did our sources say about that? Is that the only way?
Well, here's where it gets really interesting. Our deep dive pretty much throws that idea out the window.
Oh.
The really powerful insight, and maybe a bit counterintuitive, is that you absolutely don't need to live abroad.
Okay, tell me more.
You can create your own English world. You have to, actually. Right where you are now.
Creating your own immersion.
Yeah. We found 3 main strategies for basically living in English wherever you are. First one, make English your default setting.
Default setting.
Yeah. Aim to consume like 90% of your media in English.
90%. Wow.
It sounds like a lot, but think about it. Your Netflix shows, watch them in English, maybe with English subtitles at first, then without.
Okay.
Listen to podcasts in English every day. Follow English-speaking YouTubers or vloggers you like. Read books, blogs, news sites, all in English. It's about surrounding yourself with the language constantly, like a low hum in the background.
Right, just making it unavoidable.
Exactly. And then the second strategy, this one might feel a bit weird at first.
Uh-oh. What is it?
Talk to yourself in English.
Talk to myself. Out loud.
You can, or just in your head. It's actually this incredibly potent technique for building real-time speaking ability.
How does that work?
Well, our sources suggest it's like a metacognitive tool. You're training your brain's inner voice, that internal monologue, to operate in English. It activates the same pathways you use in a real conversation.
Huh. So just narrate my day.
Yeah. Simple stuff like, okay, gotta wash the dishes now, or what's for lunch, or even just, wow, that coffee smells good.
So it's like practicing without the pressure.
Precisely. It's like a mental gym for your speaking muscles, strengthening those connections for spontaneous speech.
Okay, I can see that. And you said 3 strategies.
Right. The third one connects to this. It's about doing your daily life stuff in English.
Like what kind of stuff?
Practical, habit-forming things. Change your phone language to English.
Ooh.
Change your apps, your computer settings. Write your shopping lists or to-do lists in English.
Mm-hmm.
When you search Google, search in English first.
Little things, but they add up.
They totally add up. They keep English constantly present and reinforce that immersive environment you're building.
Okay, so let's say we're doing that. We're living in our English bubble.
Mm-hmm.
How do we make that final leap? How do we actually, reprogram the brain to think directly in English? That feels like the deepest level.
It is.
Yeah.
It really is the final unlock. And it raises that question, right?
Yeah.
How do you go from just seeing the bricks to seeing the whole wall?
Yeah.
Well, the first key method our research pointed to is replacing direct translation with association.
Association, not translation. What's the difference?
So instead of thinking cat equals, whatever your native word for cat is,
Right.
you connect the word cat directly to the concept. Images, feelings, sounds.
Like soft fur, meow, purring, independence.
Exactly. You link it to the sensory experience, the idea of catness. You build this web of meaning directly in English, bypassing that slow translation step.
That makes sense. Building a native-like network in your head.
Precisely. And the second big thing, start focusing on single words. Start using chunks.
Chunks. Like phrases.
Yeah, pre-made phrases or bits of language. Fluent speakers don't build sentences word by painful word.
They just pull out a ready-made phrase.
Exactly. Think about common ones like, at the end of the day, or it's kind of like, or I'm not sure, but I think.
You hear those all the time.
Right. You absorb these patterns, these whole thoughts, not just isolated vocabulary. It's like learning to drive.
How so?
You don't consciously think about every single gear shift or mirror check after a while, do you?
No, it becomes automatic.
Exactly. You learn the flow of driving. Same with language chunks. You learn the flow of conversation.
So absorb patterns, use chunks. Got it.
Maybe try a quick exercise. Take a chunk like I'm looking forward to, and right now try thinking of 3 ways to finish it without translating that first part.
Okay. I'm looking forward to the weekend. I'm looking forward to hearing more. I'm looking forward to this coffee.
See? You're pulling the chunk and adding to it. That's the mechanism.
And I guess as you do that more, as you absorb those patterns and think in chunks, that's when you start getting that automatic speech.
That's it.
Where the words just seem to flow out almost before you fully form the thought.
Precisely. That effortless flow. And there are specific techniques to build that linguistic muscle memory.
Okay, like what?
Well, one big one is shadowing.
Shadowing. That's
Yeah.
repeating, right?
But not just repeating after. It's repeating with a native speaker, like simultaneously. Trying to match their rhythm, their intonation, their speed in real time.
Oh, wow. That sounds intense.
It is. But it forces your brain and mouth to connect instantly.
Yeah.
Then there's role play.
Practicing specific situations.
Exactly. Practice job interviews, making phone calls, small talk scenarios. You can do it with a language partner, or even just act it out yourself.
Gets you ready for the real thing.
Definitely. And spaced repetition for vocabulary is huge.
The apps that show you words just before you forget them.
Yep. Those algorithms are smart. They push words into your long-term memory way more effectively than just, staring at lists.
Makes sense.
And finally, don't underestimate simple daily warm-ups. Just 5 or 10 minutes every day of free speaking.
Just talking about anything.
About anything. No judgment, just get the words flowing. The key thing our sources emphasized is consistency. Even 15 minutes of smart practice a day, it keeps that fluency engine running.
It all sounds like it builds towards this kind of magic moment, doesn't it?
It really does.
That point where you suddenly realize, wow, this isn't just something I'm studying anymore.
It's part of me. Yeah. It's when English becomes like a second skin.
How do you recognize that moment? What are the signs you've really arrived?
You start feeling the language, not just thinking it. You get the nuances, the jokes, the sarcasm, the fast talk without having to analyze it. That little voice of self-doubt mid-sentence, it just fades away. And maybe the biggest sign, when you speak, people just get you. Your communication is clear, it's natural, it feels authentic.
That's the goal, isn't it? Just being understood.
And what that means for you, the listener, it means English genuinely becomes this, like, superpower.
A superpower. How so?
Well, think about it. It opens doors to working internationally, traveling anywhere with confidence, building real friendships with people all over the globe, learning directly from amazing minds through books, courses, talks, and sharing your unique voice, your ideas with a much wider world. You haven't just learned a skill, you've unlocked a whole new dimension of possibility.
Wow. Okay, you've given us so much here, so many great ideas and techniques. How do we actually put this all together, like practically, day to day? Is there a blueprint?
There is, yeah. We wanted to give you something really concrete, so we've boiled down these key strategies into a simple daily routine. We call it the Fluent Habit Stack.
Fluent Habit Stack, I like it.
It's designed for maybe 20 to 40 minutes a day, totally manageable.
Okay, what's in the stack?
All right, first, 5 minutes of free flow speak. Just talk. Warm up your brain, get words out, no pressure.
Got it. Warm up.
Then 10 minutes for rhythm and resonance. This is where you do your shadowing or maybe just some really focused listening, tuning your ear and voice to the natural sounds of English.
Okay, rhythm. 10 minutes.
Next, 10 minutes for idea fueling. Read something you find genuinely interesting in English, a blog post, a news article, a chapter of a book. Boost your vocabulary, gives you things to think about.
Reading for ideas. Check.
And finally, 10 minutes for structured expression. Write something. A journal entry, a summary of what you read, an email draft. It helps reinforce grammar and organize your thoughts in English.
Writing to structure it.
Okay, so that's 5, 10, 10, 10. 35 minutes. And then the bonus level, whenever you can, real connection practice.
Talking to actual people.
Exactly. Talk with a friend, a language partner, or mentor. That live interaction is where confidence really gets built. But the core stack, that's your daily foundation.
Free speak, rhythm, ideas, structure. That seems really doable.
The key truly is consistency. Doing it regularly builds not just the skill, but the belief that you can do it.
So as we kind of wrap up this deep dive, it really feels like we've gone from just, studying English grammar to something much deeper.
Yeah, it's a shift from studying about English to actually living and breathing it.
Maybe think about where you are on that journey right now and the power you have using these ideas to really reshape that relationship with the language. Because it feels like this isn't just about mastering English, is it? It's about unlocking a bigger view of the world, expressing yourself more fully.
Absolutely. It really expands your horizons. And remember, fluency isn't some final destination you reach and then stop.
Right. It's ongoing.
It's a continuous journey. Growth, self-discovery. Some days will feel amazing. Others may be a bit tougher.
That's normal.
Totally normal. But every word you speak, every time you try out a new phrase, every conversation, it's a step forward. It's building that more connected, more expressive version of yourself.